That's the wrong one. I don't see you yet.
You're alive. It says I'm live.
Okay.
Good afternoon. This is Greg Brown, Superintendent here at USD 435. I am hoping this is working right. Chris, I'm hearing myself over your phone is what I'm doing.
Yep, you're on.
Okay. Is that gonna... I guess you can hear me through the... Okay, you should be able to hear me through the computer now, Chris. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, well, again, I want to thank you all for joining us here this afternoon. One of these days, we're going to feel really good about being used to this format. And I want to, again, thank Mike Leiby. He is a rock star, as always, kind of getting me set up on this. So we are live. If you feel like you'd like to ask a question or have a concern, give us go ahead and type it in over here to the right-hand side that you should see in this format. And I see we have about 7 folks watching now, and that's awesome. This will be recorded, so if you're watching it later on, feel free to email me or any of the teachers or administrators in the district with questions that you may have at a later time as you watch this recording. There's been a lot going on in our state. There in this past week, we all continue to work with our continuous learning format. We now have over 1,700 official confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the state of Kansas. Dickinson County joined the party this week. We do have 1 confirmed case in Dickinson County, and we'll probably end up with some more. It's expected that the peak of this COVID-19 issue for the state will come around early May hopefully before then. But that's why the governor has continued to extend our stay-at-home order until May 3rd. I do have on the phone with me right now, I've got Chris Cooper, and I'm hoping that this works okay, that you'll be able to hear him on this broadcast. Chris, you want to share a little bit of what we're seeing every day? We have a webinar meeting with the state of Kansas and educational stuff, and Chris has been on those just about every day, and I appreciate the effort he's made to keep us in the loop on some stuff. So Chris, feel free to share whatever comes to mind from those meetings.
Sure. Well, first of all, the State Board of Education did meet earlier this week and approved our continuous learning plan and the waiver, so that we got the waiver was for not having to complete the number of hours usually required that we be in school. We've replaced that with our continuous learning plan, so that's good news. There's always updates from around the state, different things going on. They are trying to work on some transition for seniors, so helping seniors transition to the next level, whether that's career or college, and we will connect all of our folks to those resources as well. They're also looking at some parent camps that may be coming around to obviously be virtual, but just giving parents an opportunity to share their experiences, sometimes frustrations and concerns, and some solutions for how we can continue to help kids learn during this time of continuous learning. One of the things they're going to be asking us to do is give the state board feedback, and the questions they have so far are fairly broad, but probably about next week we'll be getting a survey, and we'll ask for some help from some patrons and staff to answer these questions. And the first one is, what did we learn by providing continuous learning? So I can think of a few things, but we'll be getting feedback and thoughts from staff, our leadership team, and hopefully some community members as well about what we learned by doing this, what changes we have made, adjustments we've made from the beginning. They want to know what kind of percent of students we have engaged in continuous learning. And I can, from meetings and others that I've been with leaders across the state, we're super proud of our Abilene community and the participation our students are doing. We have 94 to 95% of kids engaged at some time during the week. Many of those kids are very engaged throughout the week, but right now we're measuring just to make sure that kids have access and that they are trying to progress on their schoolwork. And that number is in the mid 90s, which is almost unheard of out there. I know some districts are looking at 60% of their students participating, and so we're thrilled that our teachers have done a nice job of connecting with families and students and have those expectations that we want kids to participate, to continue to learn during this time. Another interesting question is they want to know what we do differently next year, assuming we do start school, because of what we've learned now. So that's another thing we'll be talking about. And then they'd like to know the average number of meals that we've been giving out for breakfast and lunch. Mm-hmm. So the state is encouraging us to continue to adapt and change as we go. I know you may have some news about internet connectivity, Mr. Brown, but that was a big one for us, and we feel like we're just about to get that knocked out for all of our students, so they have some sort of internet access so that everyone can participate if they choose to.
Mm-hmm. You know, we've been working really hard to get that going, to get that in place for absolutely everybody. Mike Leiby, again, I know he's been making some home visits this week. We equipped him with a mask this week to help protect him on that and protect others from spreading our issues, the COVID-19. But what he's been able to do is provide some hotspots for those folks that live in the country. And we want to again thank Eagle Communications for their efforts to help us out, and again thank Verizon. They got hotspots to us. We did purchase those, but there are some other opportunities, I suppose. And I guess more than anything, I want to thank parents for doing the extra things they can do. I know, Chris, you talked earlier this week that you've discovered that several families have very creatively figured out how to solve some of their connection issues with Wi-Fi, and that's just really, really great. You bet. We are taking questions. We are live at this point. We have virtualizing reality. So I don't know what kind of question we might get there, but feel free to ask a question, and we'll go from there. One of the conversations that I know I had today with a couple different folks, and it was kind of prompted by some visit that we had with the county health department at noon in what are the districts planning to do with graduation here in Dickinson County. Solomon, I believe, did announce that they have actually rescheduled graduation, and I think even prom. They use social media to announce those dates. To announce those dates today. It is our hope that we are able to do something very special, obviously for our kids, for our seniors, and for the students for prom as well. But you know, today we just really have no idea when we're going to begin to return to some normalization. From what I understand, in order to get back into more of a normal setting for school, we're going to have to see 2 solid weeks of where every day the COVID-19 issues in Kansas are being reduced. And we get 2 solid weeks of that, and then they'll start talking about bringing us back online, so to speak, as a community. So that obviously has implications for us with graduation, prom, and 8th grade promotion, all of those things that we celebrate at the end of the year. Chris, you got anything to add to that?
Well, I just want to clarify that would not be that we would not come back this year to school. Just talking about special events and some things there.
You bet. So we'll be talking about that. Again, I've been visiting with Dr. Smith at the high school and some parents today as well. So we will continue to look at those opportunities and pray that the COVID-19 issue does slow down. We've got a question here. Do you think my son will not be prepared for college if we don't go back to a normal school? You know, I believe that our kids are in pretty good shape, you know, all things considered. When we first sat down and started looking at where we were at with our learning for the 9 weeks and missing the entire 9 weeks, just by design, especially at the high school level, the springtime is so busy that many of the teachers really work hard to get most of their essential learning objectives covered before that last 9 weeks, because of so many interruptions that we have with spring activities. I know, Chris, that's kind of your wheelhouse, dealing with the details of teaching and learning. And I know you have some information for that as well, but go ahead and share.
Well, I think the other thing is that your son's in no different situation than 95% of the seniors in our country. And so the colleges most likely will need to do some orientation, some different things, but we feel confident that yes, our kids will be ready for the next school year. That was one of our main 3 goals, is that we do what they need to have to get there. I know ACT, SAT, some of those college placement courses are looking at how they can do that remotely. So if that's still something that needs to be done, I would recommend that you go to our counselors page on our website and communicate with our high school counselors. I just 10 minutes ago was in communication with one of them about some things that seniors can do to be prepared for next year. So I just direct you to that resource would probably be the best thing to find out. But we do feel like our kids, if they were on track to go to college prior to this, will still be good to go.
I believe that would also be the case. I think that's great advice, Chris, is to have folks contact their counselor and just kind of get their take on their college readiness. I know that most of our kids, well, by the time we're at this point as a senior, they will have taken the ACT, and so they should have some indication of their college readiness even from that. And most of what we do in that 4th 9 weeks is so application oriented that it's not new learning per se. So if the young person who's planning on going to college knows how to work hard and is self-disciplined, those things didn't change during the last 8 weeks of this school year. So hopefully we'll be in really great shape.
Barry, is going to let you know, it looks like unfortunately we either have some youngsters or some people that just don't have enough things to do with their lives that have been trying to put some inappropriate things on our chat box. So I blocked some folks
okay.
There, but serious question. Hopefully that was a good answer for somebody that's out there.
You bet.
So,
all righty. A couple things I thought I could visit about a little bit as well. I think this will end up kind of going into more of a typical.
I'm trying to see if we can hide the chat box.
Yeah.
We may just have to end the meeting.
I may have to do something here.
I can delete the message. I can't.
Okay.
Did I do it?
I deleted the message. I think I can probably do something with the live chat.
All right. I've got it where I can't see it. I don't know if everybody else can.
Well, we got Florida Man talking to us. Hopefully that's legit. I do know we have one of our kiddos moved to Florida during all of this, so I'm hoping that's who it is we're talking to.
I actually blocked them too because there was some stuff on there. So.
Okay. Well, there we are. Yeah, we got. There's a lot of shenanigans that are going on with some of these formats, and that's too bad that people are really messed up. So if you have a legitimate question, again, I would like to have you go ahead and email me or Chris Cooper, but my email address gbrown@abileneschools.org. And so if you don't get a question answered here, we can get that done. Again, I think these meetings will end up. Yeah, we still got all kinds of shenanigans
going on.
Now, when I
blocked that block for you.
Yeah, I'm seeing them blocked here. Yeah. That's correct. Yeah. All right. The board meeting, we had our monthly board meeting this last Monday night, and it's, it was a busy meeting, and thought I'd just touch base a little bit on some of the things there. We did talk a little bit about our vocational education building being remodeled. We're hoping to really get going on some of that kind of stuff very soon, and even as early as next month, and try to have some stuff in place there. Yeah, I'm going to do this here. All right. All right. I think, do you see the chat box anymore, Chris?
Yeah.
You still see it? All right. Well,
we may have to just go to a different format, pre-record, and try to take questions as they come up.
I think we probably will. Let's go ahead and wrap some things up here today. It's been about 15 minutes. I do appreciate all of your time. Chris, I thank you for joining me. We'll do some pre-recorded things, and hopefully we'll get a little bit clearer picture and kind of eliminate some of the stupidity, quite frankly, that some people are exercising here on the chat box option. And again, thank you all for being with us this afternoon. We're very fortunate to be in such a neat community where the kids are getting the support that they're getting from their families and from their teachers. And again, God bless, take care of yourself, and have a great, great day. Thank you.
Take care.